Hello, welcome to another episode of The Murder Mentality. It is January 4th, and I'm pretty fucking hyped up today. I took some big steps in my own life and some awesome steps with Lacey as well. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to just talk about this stuff, man. A major issue for most people is thinking that they have all the information that they're going to need once they get out of high school. Thinking that education, period, in the formal sense, solves the problems of life. Not true. This is why life coaches exist. This is why mentorships exist. This is why there's business mentors. There's like any type of mentorship you can imagine, they exist. And they have oftentimes the exact answers you're looking for. The people that I have sought mentorships with, most of the time, are not highly educated people. Some of them are. I just signed myself and Lacey up for a mentorship with Eric Thomas E., the hip-hop preacher. I'm pretty excited about that. I consistently bring mentors into my life. I consistently bring new teachers and people who will help me bring more to the table once I really start learning from them and figuring out what's going on. And the thing is here is that, as E.T. says, information changes situations. Awesome, man. I can't wait to see you here, Chris. Information changes situations, all right? Not only does it change situations, it changes your idea. Literally, you can go from being in the poorhouse to being a multimillionaire in an incredibly short time span. You can go from being in a constant negative mindset into being a positive, healthy mental outlook in the blink of an eye. And all it takes is for you to get new information and to internalize that information. Now, the issue at large is most of us are egotistical fuckfaces. Let me get that out one more time because I want y'all to catch this. Most of us are too fucking egotistical to understand that there's information out there that we don't fucking have that would help us massively. Fucking massive information out there that we are always downplaying because we think somehow we know better. Fuck it, I got this is good, but are also some famous last words, all right? I think it's important to remember that we have to really consider where we're at, what we know, and what, more importantly, we don't fucking know. I care more about you understanding what you don't know than understanding what you do know, okay? Because once I realized that I didn't have the correct blueprints in life to get the places I was trying to go, I recognized I had to get the blueprints. Well, you have to write a blueprint, which is an incredibly fucking difficult and time-consuming process. What's up, Chris? But I can also take the blueprints from somebody who's already written them, who honestly has also not had to write them, but borrowed it from other people. The science of achievement and science of success, the science of personal outlook and achievement, positivity, the science of everything that comes along that will help you get to the next level are all information that's already fucking been discovered. What's up, honey? It's not about you writing your own path in life. It is, but what I'm suggesting that you should do is you should aim high as fuck and then find other people who have either already aimed high and achieved that and are aiming higher again and borrow their blueprint, or to write a blueprint with other people who are trying to do the same thing and learn as you go. Either way, the reality is that you're going to learn faster and better with more than just your mind at work. It's not just about you holding on to the information and pretending like you got all the answers, because you don't. You just don't. There's nothing wrong. In fact, there's a strength in admitting that you need help. There's a strength in admitting you need help. And here's the crazy part, guys. I know that there is a massive amount of negativity and cynicism around purchasing mentorships, buying information from people, and things of that nature. Everyone's like, snake oil salesman. But the funny thing is all the people I know that call the people that do those kinds of things snake oil salesmen are the same type of people that struggle with getting any type of real results in their life. It is imperative that you find somebody with more information about what you're trying to do than you have, and you get information from that person. And I'm telling you, the best way to get people to crack open and give you their secrets, pay them. What do you think college is for? Here's the funny thing. I've spent so much fucking less on personal development mentorships than anybody I know who's gone to college for a bachelor's degree. All the people I know with BFAs or bachelor's degrees are so much further in debt than I could ever even hope to be. All the stuff I paid for was solvent right out of pocket. I didn't have to take no loans out or nothing. And every time, sometimes it's just one little nugget. Sometimes it's one little nugget. But most times, it's a bunch of them. And as I get more and more information, I level up at light fucking speed. But you have to understand. You don't know what you don't know. Let me say that again. You don't know what you don't know. I know you're like, well, duh, Justin. What I'm saying is that you don't know the list of things that you don't know. You don't know what belongs on that list. You can't write me a list of things that you don't know because you don't even fucking know that you don't know it. But mentors, good ones, good mentors and coaches, and I aspire to be a great one, it's their job to irritate and inform. Irritate and inform. And when I say irritate, I don't mean piss you off. I mean irritate the status quo. Get your mind thinking about it. Get your mind to start focusing on that little splinter that it definitely feels is there but isn't paying attention to, until it gets irritated enough with it that it takes that information that you're giving it and pulls it out and levels the fuck up. But it's really, really crazy to think about how thoroughly we avoid that. You know why? It hurts. Here's the hard part about getting new information. Sometimes I've had to look at myself and just been like, Justin, you fucking idiot, bro. You fucking idiot. How did you not figure that out yourself? Here, hand it to me. How did you not figure that out yourself? How did you have something that was so patently, painfully obvious and just walk around oblivious to it? Well, it's because I didn't know that I didn't fucking know that. But then somebody who's been there, who's leveled up, who's changed their fucking life is like, oh, dog, I had that same problem, man. What you got to do is this. And I was just like, damn it. Really? That simple? Fuck. Okay. You know, and it was just like light bulb going off. Light bulb going off. It's imperative, guys. Stop trying to figure it out all yourself. Like, you can't Google a lot of this information. You could, but again, you'd have to know what to type into Google to get it. You can go to God with it, but I'm telling you what God's going to tell you to do. All right? It says in the Bible, seek ye wise counsel. All right? It says in the Bible, all right? And when you ask for God for help, for wisdom, what he's going to do is send you opportunities to get that information and wise counsel. It is a fool who seeks his own wisdom and counsel to make decisions. You can't just rely on your own mind. It's dumb. Guys, we're fallible. And with a group of people that have your best interests at heart, they're going to be more likely to level up. Wisdom and experience is worth its weight in gold. Abso-fucking-lutely. Literally, my last coach, who I'm going to re-up on as well, I paid $3,000 for four coaching sessions. All right? And I still think that was cheap. The information that I received off of that was cheap. Cheap as fuck. But so valuable, right? I got so much value out of it. And that's why I try to give value away here too. I want to give you my best information, period, and just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And people will eventually start being like, dog, I actually had somebody message me today. Dog, I kind of want you to be my business mentor. What does that entail? You know, like, so I got to figure out what all that entails, and we're gonna help it. You know, strangely enough, is one of my old homies, so that's kind of cool, you know. But it's really like, it's a matter of the fact that, like, we have to seek that information out. Like, let me just paint a little story here. This is a good example. I'm talking to my coach, all right? I'm like, dog, I'm so pumped. I just set my first appointment for a full day session for 2K. Like, that's fucking big stuff for me, man. Fuck yeah, I've never done that before, bro. And he was like, cool, bro. And like, honestly, egotistically, with my you know, little fragile ego, I was like, man, I want that motherfucker to clap me on the back. All right, I just wanted to be like, fuck yeah, dog, fuck yeah. But he didn't. And throughout the conversation, a little bit later, he's like, bro, like, I'm not trying to fucking diss you or nothing, but I need you to understand, that little 2K a day, that's small fucking money. That's small shit. And I was like, dog, I came from poverty, all right? To me, that's big. And he's like, I know, I get it. Me too. But I used to think that 10K in a day was a lot of fucking money. And I was like, fuck, 10K in a day is a lot of fucking money, bro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's easily $1 million. Easily. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's over $1 million a year. And I was like, that's a lot of fucking money, bro. And he's like, no. I used to think that was a lot of money until I got some coaches and I got some mentors and I started fucking with some people that make 100K in a day. And I was like, fucking what? I hope that you can read the excitement in my voice, because what I saw and heard when he said those things to me was, Justin, this is possible for you too. And I was like, oh, damn, okay. Yeah, that's powerful, bro. Because I realized that he wasn't making it up as he went along either. He was taking information, blueprints from people who'd done it before, who'd done it before them, and done it before them, and so on and so forth, since the dawn of fucking time. As it turns out, the science of achievement and success is not a new concept. It's been around since forever, like ancient Egypt times. If you ever watched a movie called The Secret by Bob Proctor, fucking amazing shit. But he got his stuff from Napoleon Hill, and Napoleon Hill got his stuff from Andrew Carnegie, and so on and so forth, and down the line, all right? I hope you can see how exciting I get with this, man. Like, I've got goosebumps too, again. Like, I'm so pumped. I love this subject, all right? You just need to seek out mentors. You need to seek people out that have done what you're trying to do, all right? And I've done that consistently. And every time you're gonna laugh. Every time my butthole gets a little bit tight when I'm like, I'm about to drop some fucking serious coin on this, man. I hope this guy don't rip me off. But I put my actions into the basket of the worst case scenario that could happen is that I learn a powerful lesson about who to trust or who not to trust. But as it turns out, people that you're paying for these types of mentorships have every interest in doing the best fucking job to level you up that they can possibly do, because it's their business. It's like, yeah, I charge a lot for tattoos, but it's in my best interest to make sure that you get more fucking value out of what you pay for me for than what I get paid for, even though I have high prices. Because that's also something I learned from them. Over-deliver, but charge high. Give so much fucking value that even though they fucking paid a lot for them, they're like, damn, I would not go anywhere else. That's why the reviews I get are like 1.5 miles fucking long. People write 3-4 paragraphs sometimes. And it's not me bragging here, but it's because I go the extra mile, which I learned from those people, Napoleon Hill to be specific. But more importantly, I learned that as long as I give as much as possible, as long as my value is so fucking high, that the thing that the people get from me is so valuable that they would happily have paid more than what they paid. It doesn't matter what they paid. Okay? People could, can, and do charge for a personal, private, one-on-one fucking coaching call. Some people charge as much as 10, 100, 500 fucking K. I mean, that's upper echelon shit. Those are people that are making millions and millions of dollars a day sometimes, right? But their value is so powerful that what that person gets out of an hour of that person's time is so fucking powerful that that 500K they fucking threw at that shit is chump change. The 3K I threw at Wes Watson, chump fucking change for just a few little things that I learned. Just a few little things, man. Lacey walked in while I was on one of my coaching calls and he was just like, dog, I think you're worth a little bit more than that. I think you're worth a lot more than that, and I need you to understand that about you. And I was like, well, I mean, fucking personally attacked me much, but I was paying for that service. I was paying for him to help me break past those barriers. And as it turns out, when you run through a wall, when you run through a barrier, when you break through something that's been holding you back, it's painful. Breaking the chains that are holding you down is painful. The slaves that had to escape to get their freedom, and this is metaphoric, but still in physical sense, those slaves that had to escape to get their freedom had to undergo massive amounts of stress, anxiety, pain, difficulty in levels that you cannot fucking imagine. As it turns out, the mental chains that we put on ourselves can be just as fucking powerful, just as big emotional fucking indicators, and just as big emotional pain points. So, literally, like, what my fucking point of this whole talk today is I want you to seek somebody out that's doing what you want to do. Spiritually, physically, financially, mentally. Find somebody that has something that you want, and then give them value. Give before you expect to get. Help them achieve their goals. That's one of the things about my people. The people that work for me, I try to give them so fucking much that it's not even a blink or a second thought for them to be like, yeah, dog, when I ask them to do something, fuck yeah, let's do this. Let's handle it. All right? And vice versa, because they are so quick to jump in there, take responsibility, be a bad motherfucker. I am instantly and readily available at any time, and I'm constantly trying to give value, give information, help you out. I want everybody that fucking works for me to outgrow this motherfucking shop. It might be 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. I want them all to become so fucking thoroughly personally developed that this tattoo shop becomes a factory for world-class fucking tattooers to come in, be part of the team, start this fucking worldwide movement, become the Murder Collective. It's been this fucking vision for fucking 3 years. I'm getting the anniversaries on Facebook of it right now. The anniversaries, no less though, that remind me when I started this personal development journey 4 years ago. Working for somebody else. Living in a trailer that had a rotting floor. The first time Cassie came to visit me, she fell through my fucking trailer floor. All right? Working in a tiny little booth that couldn't have been 5 by 7 with one sink for 4 people. Oh yeah, that trailer I was renting had a roommate. Not enough room for my kids. Driving an hour and a half away to go visit them every Wednesday and every weekend. And now, both my kids live with me. I got my own apartment. It's off of 7th Street, but we're starting small because I had some big shit happen to me this year with Cassie passing on. All right? Now I own a shop that's 3,100 fucking square feet. Let me just do a turnaround here real quick. My bay is a little bit dirty. My bay is as fire as it fucking comes. My bay has so much fucking personality. I've got so much room. Everybody that works for me has the nicest equipment. I got my nicest equipment. Anything I fucking want for my career, I purchase it. All right? And it's not because I'm some kind of badass. It's because I was humble enough to see my results for what they were. And that was failing. My results were failing what I was looking to have in my life. And so I sought out people that were doing what I wanted to do. People that were successful tattooers. First mentorship I ever bought. I think the first thing I ever bought on this level was a black and gray advanced realism techniques, right? It was like $100. And then I was like, from the same dude, I was like, I bought a How to Fill Your Tattoo appointment book up. 500 on that one. And I remember sitting there because I was hiding my fucking money in the walls because I was just barely outside of being a fucking full-on junkie. Just barely away from it, just barely. I was afraid that people would take my money, and I was just barely scraping it by. And I had enough money for this and maybe enough days left in the month to get rent money still. And I took a big risk, and I spent my fucking money on that. And I remember messaging homeboy and being like, please don't be a fucking ripoff, dog. I can't afford to have you fucking take this from me and not fucking give me the value that you say you're going to give me. And it did. It truly did. I mean, I don't talk with him anymore, but I got so much fucking value out of that. My whole life changed because of that. Everything about the way I look at the tattooing industry changed because of that. But I also was seeking out other information. I was already reading books. I was already, I read Think and Grow. I've read Think and Grow Rich like 25 plus times. If you haven't, I swear to God, I swear as Jesus is my witness on my kids, buy a copy of that book and read it and implement it. And if it doesn't change your life, I will eat my fucking hat with a knife and fork. I promise you it will change your life. All right? And so I started looking at who else knew this guy. Okay, well, Andrew Carnegie, sweet. He learned this stuff from Andrew Carnegie. Okay, well, shit. Dale Carnegie wrote a book. That's Andrew Carnegie's son. Let me read that one. Guess what book that was? How to Win Friends and Influence People. Also a great book. All right? And I started taking little mini mentorships, getting this information from people. All right? But again, I don't know what I don't know. Dude, that's so awesome, Jamie. I would love to hear your input on that. Such an amazing book. Which one of those, by the way, too? They're both amazing. And I started realizing, again, that I don't know what I don't know. And that other people can see me more clearly from the top down than I can myself. And when I started looking at it like that, all of a sudden, I started talking to people, and people would be like, that's fucking stupid. Stop that. That's chump change. Quit fucking with that. Charge more. Give more value. Do more stuff that other tattoo artists aren't willing to do. And all of a sudden, it was like, just stack it. Boom, 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 boom. And just literally, like, if you look at my life up until about 4 years ago, it would just further and further down every time. And then I'd get a little bit up, further down. A little bit up, further down. And when I started seeking these mentors out, it was like I started getting a little bit of a climb. I could feel it. And I was like, I'm not setting my goal right here anymore. And I set my goal up here. And so it almost became vertical. And now here's the wild thing. My goal isn't up here. My goal is just aimed like that. Let's see how far I can take this. Let's see what I can learn. Let's see how developed as a person, spiritually, mentally, physically, all areas, all aspects of my life. How hard, how fast can I level up? You want to get a fucking award-winning body? Go get a fucking personal trainer. You want to have award-winning fucking finances? Go find a fucking financial advisor. Or more importantly, find someone who's doing what you want to do, because they'll fucking tell you way better than a financial advisor will. All right? When somebody doesn't have a fucking vested interest in taking your money outside of the fact that they could give you information that might help you fucking be better, instead of just like, oh, well, let me invest your stuff and make money off of your money. Different relationship. All right. I want to learn from people who just give this shit to people, who help, who are willing to give it if I pay for them. It's what's crazy. The most successful people I know are the most giving people I know. There's this weird concept that rich folks are like tight-lipped dickheads. And that's not real. But the thing is that I have to recognize that my time is very valuable to me. And so I don't waste my time on low-level shit. That doesn't mean I'm better than people, but it means that I recognize that my time is very valuable to me. And a lot of people look at stuff like that as being like, oh, he thinks he's fucking better than me. I don't do small tattoos anymore. It's not because I think small tattoos are stupid. It's just that my interest and my financial situation and the type of tattoos I like doing are heavily, highly invested in wanting to be very financially solvent and have a very expressing art career that I can express myself, and a career period that's also very fulfilling. And that happens with big pieces for me. It's not that I think small tattoos are dumb. But for me, if I'm not making at least $800 and sitting down for at least 3 to 4 hours, I don't really want to do the tattoo. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than that client. It's just not something I'm interested in doing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I learned that from a mentor. I used to think that if you're a really good tattooer, you took whatever the fuck people wanted from you. That's not how it works. Who'd have known? But I got to go get to my shop meeting. I love all of you guys. Again, here's my fucking admonishment for today. Maybe not admonishment, suggestion. My suggestion today to do something different is go find yourself a copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. All right? You may find this on YouTube in audio form. It's good stuff. I recommend reading the book. I recommend picking it up and reading it. I've read this book at least 2 or 3 times cover to cover, and at least another 15 to 20 times, probably more than that, audio just driving back and forth in Kentucky, because you know how long commutes are, all right? And on top of that, if you really want to level up even more, Napoleon Hill has a ton of lectures in his own voice. This is a dude from the 1920s, 1915s. Fucking amazing, amazing. Please believe me. Listen to it. And there's probably 20 or 30 of his lectures that he used to do these seminars with. People would pay lots of good money to go to these seminars with. And this stuff is literally pure gold. Pure gold. Love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Keep that energy up, guys, okay? Keep it the fuck up. I promise you, life is way too amazing to be sitting around wondering why it sucks, because it don't.